There is a documentary that's going to be coming out through Oceanside Productions, the same people that are producing the film project called Rosie. And I'm not sure what the title is. It's going to be all about the truth regarding Howard Hughes. One of the things that is brought out, the family who's producing this, or that has the I guess what script rights and how they do that. I haven't been in the industry for years, so they had a friend named Ralph Pappy Hunter of Trinidad, California. That's in Northern California. And he was the fire chief of Hughes Aircraft from 1947 through 1969. And he says that Mr. Hughes' favorite coffee shop was Dinah's on Sepulveda Boulevard. And part of Dinah's coffee shop's principal business has always been takeout, mostly because of its very close location to Hughes Aircraft, which was in the Bologna Creek area of Los Angeles, which essentially is the marsh of Culver City. And so that was something interesting, that this information is coming from several people who worked with, directly interacted with Howard Hughes. And what I'm going to tell you, in my own personal opinion, in order to pay off the Spruce Goose, he was an op, and he was company. Before that, he was involved in some things during World War II, in addition to the aircraft, which was also a secret project. But I know the Glomar Challenger, he was involved with that. That was during the era that I grew up as a child. Anyway, getting to their program here, let me take a look and see what is the next thing that has come up. Now, this Ralph Hunter told their family that as fire chief of Hughes Aircraft, he would do spot inspections of both Howard Hughes' on-site apartment and office. And sometimes Mr. Hughes, as he said, was there watching television or on the phone, and he never saw any evidence of any problems at all. And I'm sure he's referring to the medical conditions. And of course, at that time, in the photograph you're going to see of Howard Hughes is in the late 50s. And by that time, they had a lot of medicines available. He had those conditions. What I understand from several sources, those conditions were dealt with, especially having him been a contractor for, Virginia, or his boss being in Virginia. I don't want to sound conspiratorial, so I'm not, I don't have all of the facts. So I'm not gonna claim that, but I'm sure we all know who we're talking about, or the organization. Let me see what else. And that was one tidbit. And then there was more information here. Let me take a look at this. Let's see. There was a lady named Florence Flo Johnson of Studio City, California. That would be in the San Fernando Valley. And she was apparently Mr. Hughes' secretary in the later years. And she became the business manager of her local church. And when she passed away, her church had to hire a staff of 3 to do the work she did. And as it's brought out, Flo was an example of the kind of people that Howard Hughes had working for him. And that's pretty amazing, really is. And let me see what other information there is here, because it's going to be an interesting documentary, at least I think it is. Let's see, this... Oh, yeah, this was some information from the Trinidad Historical Society. It says Captain Fred Harrington on Trinidad Lighthouse, Northern California, platform in the early 1900s, featured our grandchildren Ralph and Milton Hunter, Mrs. Harrington, and Maud Hunter. Ralph Hunter later became the fire chief of Hughes Aircraft in Culver City, California, and this was posted on a California page, so it is confirming that Mr. Hunter was the fire chief for the Hughes Aircraft Company in Culver City. Now, the exact years, they're saying 1947 to 1969. You probably would have to look up records, and the Howard Hughes Corporation is still in business. It's mainly in real estate. And of course, that's what Howard Hughes was involved in at the time of his passing. And what I'm going to also have here is the picture of Howard Hughes, which was the general company photograph that he had. And the photo is from 1957. So anyway, with that being said, we'll see you in the next clip.